think this workshop, first of all, is timely for journalists and media managers like myself. And most of the topics that we've been discussing is critical to our daily work. And for instance, yesterday's topic about what the law says, media freedom and our rights, was very, very important because most of us actually do not know what we are entitled to as a journalist. Today's one has been the most interesting because of the loopholes that most journalists fall into most of the time because of the lack of the knowledge about defamation suits and the legal proceedings that they can use to protect themselves.
As media persons, we're living in a very critical environment, as explained by Professor Kakari. He pointed out so many areas that can easily lend us into, getting into areas of defamation, including the use of language.
I've learned that even the language used can be can amount to defamation. So for instance, then I thought that the mere fact that you've used that alleged would relieve you of defamation, of anything regarding defamation. But I've learned that cannot stop you from being cited from defamation.
One key thing during this training has been the fact that I've always been jittery about rejoinders, particularly when rejoinders come and then the facts are distorted. I've always had issues publishing rejoinders when I know that the evidence I have is strong and then the rejoinder is distorting facts. But then after going through this training, where we were lucky to have facilitators who are journalists on one side, at the same time legal professionals, and so we had the opportunity of having education from both ends, what the law says and what chances we have as journalists. And so I've had that clear understanding now that the fact is, no matter how jittery you are about somebody's rejoinder being published, it's important to also know that it is a person's fundamental right to a rejoinder.
There's always escape route if you maintain the truth and the truth and the truth. And as a journalist, you need to keep your facts in place. You need to check it. If it's the truth, you go ahead, irrespective of the threat that you receive.
And the key thing is that you should do due diligence. You should fact check when you are about to report, because it is only the facts that can save you.
For me as an editor, I'm the last person to keep the gates, and also the gatekeeper role that I play. This is critical for me because if my reporters in a way miss some of these things, I should be the one to be able to flag it out, and then we avoid issues about defamation and contempt of court.
I think that with all these tools at my disposal, I give a much more critical eye to some of these matters, so that you don't hide behind fair comments, or you don't hide behind the issue of alleged, as we always do, to defame people, and then the issues come biting us in the back and we have to spend a fortune to be clearing legal charges and damages.
Henceforth, I know that I must keep my evidence. That is my trump card in my practice. So whatever story I produce, I need to keep the evidence. Maybe one day when there's an issue, I'll just go back to it and defend myself.
I would plead with the Media Foundation for West Africa to have some of these workshops in the regions, because in the regions we have a lot of journalists there who do not know about some of these things, especially about defamation, the laws governing freedom of expression, and also about defamation and how they can also get themselves out of some of these defamation suits.